Yo, what's up guys, it's ApTreX here. Finally, we have the first ever PS3 emulator for Android devices officially on Google Play Store, which is the APS3e Emulator. Finally, we have some biggest updates of this emulator, including the ability to add and use ISO games, along with that performance improvements, bug fixes, new changes and much more. If you guys remember, then the developer of APS3 Emulator had made a promise that they will make this emulator open source in future, and surely enough, it has been officially made open source on its GitHub page, and the current latest version of APS3 Emulator is version 1.20, which was released 19 hours ago. Now there is another version of PS3 Emulator which has been added, which is known as APS3 Premium, and this is basically the paid version of APS3 Emulator, which costs about $7 here in India. And you guys can see some of the information that this premium version is created to support the development of the emulator. There is also a normal version which does not contain any ads, so that's pretty amazing. Here are the minimum requirements for this PS3 emulator: Android version 9 or above, Vulkan support is required, and ARM64 device is required. The developer has also attached some images. You guys can see some of the high-end PS3 games running on Android with the help of the APS3 emulator. So what are we waiting for? Let's start setting up this emulator on our Android device. When you open it for the first time, you'll need to tap on these three lines, and you'll also notice the select ISO directory option has been finally provided, which means the ISO games will now be playable 100% without any crashing issues instantaneously on your mobile devices. So this is a very amazing big feature. But first of all, you'll need to import PS3 firmware that has been officially provided by Sony. You'll need to wait until the firmware has been added. Afterwards, you can simply tap on refresh list. The firmware has been initialized. Now what we'll need to do is either select the third option and import your PKG games, or select the final option and import your ISO games. Now for today's video, we'll be trying out Grand Theft Auto 5. So let me add it inside the simulator and I'll be back. Now that we have successfully imported our game, you guys can see Grand Theft Auto 5 PS3 version. Before we start testing it out, we'll go to settings and apply the best settings which will provide you with the best performance possible inside the APS3 emulator. Resolution, set it to 720 by 480p. Renderer should be Vulkan. Afterwards, scroll down, shader mode, set it to asynchronous shader. Recompiler, shader precision should be set as low. Once that has been done, scroll down until you find the stretch to display area. Make sure to enable this option. Then scroll down more until you find the resolution scaling option, and make sure to set it around 50 for the best amount of performance possible. Afterwards, in terms of performance overlay, make sure to enable this option so you guys can see how much FPS are we getting. Once that has been done, you can go to Vulkan. Afterwards, make sure to go to custom driver. If you have a Snapdragon processor Android device, you guys can use the Mesa Turnip Adreno driver by tapping on use custom driver and importing your graphics driver. Make sure to disable the force FIFO present mode. In terms of core settings, make sure to set the PPU threads as 8. Once that has been done, we have successfully applied the best settings for the APS3 official PlayStation 3 emulator for Android device. The next step will be to simply launch the game that you want to play on your mobile device. For example, today we'll be trying out Grand Theft Auto 5. When you open it for the first time, you'll need to wait until the compiling PPU models process has been completed. This process will take anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes or even 30 minutes in some cases, which totally depends upon your device power. Once the loading is complete, you guys can see our original Grand Theft Auto 5 is successfully booting inside the APS3 emulator version 1.2.0. Now I'll be talking about the entire gameplay experience. We'll also be taking a look at how much performance are we getting, and I'll be telling you if it is better than the previous versions of APS3 emulator. But when you open this game for the first time, you'll notice that the on-screen touch controls are not working. To fix that, you'll simply need to restart your game. This might occur with many of the PS3 titles that you might try to emulate inside the APS3 emulator. But once all the shaders are compiled and SPU cache has been compiled, you'll notice that Grand Theft Auto 5 has successfully booted on our Android device once again. Now the loading of this game depends device to device. Sometime it may take like 5 minutes, but in my case it just took me about 1 to 2 minutes of waiting. Afterwards, our Grand Theft Auto 5 successfully started. So here we go, London Dock, North Yankton, the first ever mission of GTA 5. Let's find out how well does it actually work. Now when you open this for the first time inside APS3 emulator, there is a system called as shader compilation, which means when you play any PS3 game inside this emulator for the first time, it will lag, it will stutter, like you can see. It might even have graphical issues. But once the game has been loaded for the first time entirely, and when you open it for the second time, there will be you will get a very smooth gameplay experience. In this case, you guys can see currently there are a lot of graphical issues, lagging issues inside the GTA 5 which I am emulating. The game has successfully booted, as we will be able to see, and let's find out if we can control Michael and start playing this game. But unfortunately, as you just saw, APS3 Emulator has crashed. So guys, this is the attempt number 3. Let's finally find out if GTA 5 is playable inside our Android device on APS3 Emulator or not. At the top left corner, you will be able to see we are getting amazing FPS, and there the game crashes. So unfortunately, it seems that, oh my god, I just dropped my phone. Unfortunately, it seems that currently inside the APS3 emulator, GTA 5 has crashing issues, but one thing which I can say for sure is that the performance has improved by quite a lot, and the gameplay experience is supremely amazing, and the loading times are better. There is definitely optimizations which are completely visible. So do let me know in the comment section down below if I should make a dedicated gameplay test video testing out this PS3 emulator on my Android device. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.